Lecture 7. Importing a dataset. Have you ever stared at an empty notebook and thought, okay, now where's the data? In today's lecture, we'll answer that question. Creating a notebook is one thing, but using it to analyze real data, that's where it gets interesting. Whether you want to learn trends, run calculations, or create visuals, importing your dataset is step 1. In this lecture, you will know how to bring a dataset into Databricks and prepare it for analysis, just like professionals do in real-world data jobs. Objectives of the lecture. By the end of this lecture, you will be able to learn how to import a dataset into Databricks, understand where to find sample datasets or upload your own, practice reading data into a notebook using simple commands, develop habits for checking that your dataset loaded correctly. What is a dataset? Before we jump into Databricks, let's quickly define a dataset. A dataset is simply a structured collection of data, usually organized into rows and columns, like a spreadsheet. It might be about anything: customers, sales, weather, sports, or even your Spotify history. Databricks can work with many types of datasets, but the most common formats you will encounter as a beginner are CSV files, comma-separated values, tables already available inside Databricks, JSON or Excel files, less common for first projects. Option 1. Using built-in sample datasets. The easiest way to start is by using Databricks built-in sample datasets. These are already loaded into the platform, you just need to call them. For that, you will just click in here as File and click in here as Add Data. And you will have all these options available, like when you click in here to see all and scroll down a bit, and here are all the data available that you can use as a sample. As you have like Google Ads, Google Ad Manager, and Google Sheets as well. But if you want to upload your own, you can just click in here. Or you can just go to dashboards in here, click in here, and create a new dashboard. Here you can just click in here to add data, and click in here to add a data source. You can just click in here, click on all, and you can use any of these. For example, samples, you can just click in here, and you can use any of these, for example, AccuWeather or Health Variety as well, or Information Schema, and you can use any of these. For example, you just want to go with this one, and trips as well. Click on confirm. It might take 1 or 2 minutes. So here you can see you have all this data available. You can just scroll down to see all the data is loaded correctly, and you can just review it. And now we'll just go back to Workspace and go to our notebook. So you can use this data to visualize anything that you want to, or you can test anything that you want to do in Databricks. For example, you can just click in here as Untitled Page, and you can just click in here to visualize this one. And for example, you can click in here, and now here you can see when you just click in here, and you have dataset as trips. So you can use bars or anything you want to show. For example, you just want to go with area, and you have to select x-axis and y-axis. You can just click in here, and for example, you just want to go with fair amount, and for y-axis you just want to go with trips distance. So for example, if you want to visualize data, you can just click in here and drop it in here. As you have a dataset as trips, so you can just click in here. You can select the chart that you want to show in here. For example, you can go with scatter, and you have to select x-axis and y-axis. You can just click in here, and for example, you just want to go with fair amount, and for y-axis you just want to go with drop off zip or pick up zip or trip distance as well. So here you can see you have the visualization of scatter chart as per these values. You can change the color, size, or tooltip as well, and add annotation as well if you want to. So this is how you can use sample data in Databricks. You can use the code as well. For that, you can just go back to Workspace and go to your notebook and type in here as df equals spark.read.table, and you will have to write as samples dot nyc taxi dot trips, and after that you will just have to write in here as display and df, and you have to run this command in here. It is fetching results. So this is the data that you used in visualization, and you can use this code to display all this data in here, and you can review it and change that as well if you want to. Here df, that specific keyword, stands for data frame. It's just a table of data stored in memory. Option 2, uploading your own dataset. Let's say you want to upload a dataset, maybe a CSV file you downloaded from Kaggle or created in Excel. Here's how you can do that. You can just click in here as upload file, and you can just click in here to browse one. And here's the file you downloaded, and you can just click in here, click on open, and here you can just click in here to create table. It is being created. Now if you want to visualize data, you can just click in here and you can just drag it in here, and the data has already been uploaded, so you can just click in here. And if you want to go with, for example, heat map, and click in here as, for example, you can go with series title 1, and for y-axis you can just go with group, for example. And here you can see you have a data that is showing series title 1 and group as well. So you can change this as well by clicking here and add y-axis as, for example, magnitude or period or anything you want to go with, for example, series reference. So this is the heat map. To view in your notebook, you can just go in here as workspace and go to your notebook, and here you will just have to scroll down a bit and add a new code cell, and you can just type in here as df, which is a keyword, and equal to, and spark.read.csv. And here you will have to write a path. For example, you can just click in here as file store and tables, and name of the table, for example, you have in here. And now you will have to write a CSV file name, so we'll just go back in here and click on downloads as copy this one and go back in here, paste in here, and after that you will have to write comma in here, and header is equal to true, and info schema true, and display df as well. So you can just click in here to run this one. So basically this is a syntax that you can use to open a file in here. In this code, header is equal to true tells Databricks to use the first row as column names, and info schema true attempts to automatically detect numbers, dates, and text. Best practice: always display the dataset immediately after loading to ensure it appears correctly. Checking your import. Once you have loaded a dataset, here's a few things to check. Does it have a column headers? If not, the first row may have been misread. Do the values look correct? No blank rows or weird characters? How many rows and columns are there? These checks will help you avoid analyzing broken or incomplete data. Real world example. At Airbnb, data scientists import nightly booking data from cities worldwide. They often use .csv or .parquet formats, depending on the size and structure. The key part: they always check for duplicates, missing columns, or errors immediately after import, because a single broken row can skew price predictions or availability models. Even in your class project or assignment, treating your dataset with care helps you think like a professional. Importing a dataset might seem like a small step, but it's a powerful one. Once your data is inside Databricks, you can start exploring, analyzing, and even visualizing it. Today you opened the door. In the next lecture, we'll start walking through that door by learning and summarizing your data, so you can start turning raw numbers into insight.